So we're here in Munich for the launch of the Concept 3. Now, this sofa we're sat on today is actually, it's not just beautiful, it is relevant to what we're seeing today, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's part of the storytelling of the interior design and the how we treat the interior like a furnished space and treat each item in the interior as though it's a piece of furniture, not only in its context of filling a room, but also in the execution of the surfaces. And so we had this exact sofa in our presentations to show the identifiers of Hyundai future design language, because not only obviously furniture, but the shapes of the upholstery, the curve of the upholstery, and which teaches how to use the material so it looks authentic to the raw material that it is. And that's part of the design story.
And Xavier, we were talking earlier, it's not often for Car Design News readers that we have a CEO featured, so I think it says a lot about what you think of design within the organisation.
I mean, in the car industry, you know that everything starts with a product. If you have a great strategy but not the right products, you're not in a comfort zone, right? So products are fundamental. And when you look at surveys, the first two criteria from every customer, from every segment, is always price and design. And the more, let's say, up you go in the segments, the more a design takes the lead over pricing. But again, so people usually start by saying, I like that car, I want to buy that car. In our job, in our activity, it's better to have people wanting to buy your product than you trying to force them to buy your product. It makes a big difference in the bottom line. So design is absolutely key. And that's why, I mean, we believe also Hyundai being maybe an outsider in Europe, and we want to grow and we want to become one of the key players in Europe, we need really to count on design to somewhere tell people like, hey, we've got something great for you. And that's why we're really working hand in hand with Simon to really try to develop the best products from a design point of view, and obviously engineering as well, but from a design point of view to catch people's attention and come to consider our products in their shopping list. So that's absolutely fundamental.
Could you give us an idea of how that working relationship is between design and top management? How often do you guys talk and share ideas?
We are in our rolling process, let's say, every month we have a major presentation. And that presentation, all the preparation for that and the presentation itself is a collaboration together for whichever product that is, whichever market that is. So the teamwork and the cross-functional teamwork in that and the collaboration, not only in the design team, the collaboration into the regions, into the markets. Well, if you don't collaborate, you'll have no presentation. So it's only with that support for each other, for the segment, for the pricing, for the design, for the engineering, that we can actually present and make decisions.
Is it always like that? I mean, you've both worked at lots of different brands. Is it always that sort of relationship, or does it feel different where you are now? I
mean, I'll say the difference for me is working for, say, a global player. And whose actually headquarters is not in the region where I work, which is new for me. And in that respect, we have to work very closely with Simon's team and also the European team in Rüsselsheim to be sure that the products are developed globally, also fit European customers' requests, expectations. And also sometimes we have this luxury of working on vehicles that are specifically designed for Europe. And Concept 3, you're mentioning it, the design screams European customers, right? And so we really want to be sure that these products completely fit European customers' expectations. So that's why we're meeting quite often. I'm going to Korea once a month, but also having regional discussions with the European team that works for Simon. Because again, we need always to react and listen to other people's, let's say, input. Design is not an isolated function in the company. It's design really has to work and be integrated with engineering, with sales and marketing, because again, at the end of the day, you're just like selling a drawing, you're selling a product, and the product, it's a package of design, engineering, specifications, price, and if you don't work hand in hand early in the process, you'll have issues or not be able to deliver such a nice car. So collaboration is fundamental.
I would add to that, I feel what we're doing at the moment in Hyundai and the collaboration into the regions, into engineering, with our aerodynamics teams, with our manufacturing teams, I've never experienced such support from technical teams for design, to do new things, to create new things. Honestly, in my career, I've not felt that before. And big compliments to Haewon Yang and head of R&D and engineering in Korea and all his team. It is a lot of fun working together. And I've not experienced that before at this level. And you do manage to create new things. And that's part of the project. When we look at Concept 3 here, the real focus on this car was delegating it to our European team, because the European design team, who Xavier is in closer contact than me, because he's geographically closer, we were very clear that Eduardo Ramirez and his team, this is your car, this is for your region, but the responsibility is to keep extremely close in the development of that through. And it's a car especially for the European region.
I might add something. It's like, I guess 10, 15 years ago, people would be buying a Hyundai for its affordability. But now people are actually buying a Hyundai because the design is great and different from the others. There's like a boldness, there's a daring side in the design that's, I mean, Ioniq 5 can only be a Hyundai, Inster can only be a Hyundai, Ioniq 9 as well. And well, you're still a production model of Concept 3, you'll say the same thing. So people are buying our cars because of great design we have, because of the advanced technology we have. And so, I mean, we need to really make sure that this remains the case, because otherwise we're losing pretty much the DNA of who we are, and we'll lose something in this very tough competition that's on the market today. So again, it's fun, but it's also fundamental to embody for every car we're developing really what we stand for.
Yeah.
And design is a key aspect.
But you've touched on a good point, because I think it's really important to stand out in the market. Certainly today, we may be seeing a bit of similar designs across brands.
Yep.
You know.
And also we have a philosophy, and you've seen it over the years, our chess pieces. We're deliberately trying to get close to the lifestyle and mindset of our customers, rather than pulling the customers to be in one size fits all. That's okay for some companies. For us, we wanted to create this bandwidth of a set of chess pieces where each chess piece has a different role to play, like our cars have a different role in the portfolio. It gives us a different challenge, that when they come together, they still have to have a common thread somehow. So the base connects. With Concept 3, the obvious one is the pixel lighting. Across all of our Ioniqs, we have pixel lighting. You'll see it on Concept 3 as well. It's that instantly recognizable as a Hyundai, but it's different to the others. And that's very refreshing for a customer.
And I might say also, like, you don't really have bad cars on the market today.
Yeah, good point.
So really, if you want to make a difference, design is key. And I guess the whole mission of designers is to generate emotions, to make people emotionally connect with the cars that we're developing, say, I want that car. And when we do that, the job is much easier for our sales and marketing people, I can tell you.
It's not only about the person who buys the car. It's about the people's reaction to that car with the person driving it. And if you can get people to point, say, and that gives a proud feeling to the customer. Somebody says, well, the Hyundai, it's really cool. How do we get to that? Because some people, it's not their segment, but they still appreciate that it's making a design statement. And that's something Xavier pushes us very hard to improve, to make it different. And we had a project sort of 6 months ago, so I said, we just got to change this. We react to that and deliver that and optimize that and listen to the inputs where we want to move forward, keep moving forwards. The worst thing you can do is get to a stage where you stop developing and get complacent. Got to keep challenging. And from the regions, you get Xavier, our American team's coming, we need more people like Xavier pushing us.
As a designer, it must feel amazing to be empowered and supported and sort of pushed up by top management.
We are so fortunate to have our chairman who's driving innovation all the time, and really, really respect that. And he also will ask us, what do you need? I feel that our whole design team realizes how lucky we are to have that. And so sometimes there's products which are global, other times specifically focused on a need. And in Europe, the big need is for small cars.
Hence the Concept 3.
Hence Concept 3.
And you've come up with a new typology, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. And
the aero hatch.
The aero hatch, where, there are a lot of very good hatchbacks in Europe. A lot of, as Xavier says, really good competition out there. How do you stand out from that? And you'll see when you look at Concept 3 how the typology of the center line is nobody's doing that these days.
We were talking off camera, and you were clearly quite passionate about design, and I asked you why you're here, and you said, well, we're here to show things off. Could you tell us a little bit more about that aspect of wanting to show off and really sort of be proud of what you're doing?
Maybe, let's say a few decades ago, Hyundai was playing catch up But now Hyundai is trying to create the momentum and lead the pack. It's what we're doing with our EV strategy. We're still the only mainstream brand and mainstream group offering 800 volt technology on our EVs. So we want really to lead the change. And design is part of that. So what better place than coming to a motor show, showing what we're doing and showing them that, hey, game is on and Hyundai is coming to the B segment in Europe. It's going to be fun.
And as we know with Hyundai, when you do concept cars, they are usually, I would say, quite close to production. They give a good indication of what is coming in most cases.
He played a little bit with this one though.
Yeah.
He had some fun playing with it.
We blinged it up a little bit, let's say, but the fundamentals, if we look at, wind the clock back to 2019, Frankfurt 45 concept, and then Ioniq 5. And I would say here what you're looking at is something not quite as close as that, but in a similar ilk. The fundamentals of the typology, the fundamentals of the form language, the pixel story, the interior architecture, that what you see here, that all makes it into production. The production car isn't as low or as wide. We've designed concept car, having fun. But the story of the segment and the storytelling behind it is absolutely the same storytelling as the production vehicle. And we take it very seriously when we're doing a concept car, that it has a real potential. And if we get a really great reception, we react in one way. If we get a terrible reception, which we haven't yet, then we would obviously think very seriously about what we're doing.
Can I get your take on concept cars? I've never asked a CEO what they think when designers come and say, we want to do this concept. But I would kind of tweak it slightly and say a meaningful concept that actually has something going to, because we spoke about the concept 45 before, the Ioniq 5, you've got the prophecy that led to the Ioniq 6, and then the 7 for the Ioniq 9, which I'm doing a 13-hour drive back later on.
Great.
But,
what do you think about concept cars, Xavier?
I mean, the idea is not to do it for fun, right? It's to test new philosophy, a new design orientation, a new, logo, a new signature. You're trying to test the market with something. So if you're doing something just because you want to have fun, just don't come.
Yeah.
If you really want to try and test something, see the reaction, and somewhere move one step forward to again try to go faster than competition, I'm all in.
So how was it working on a slightly smaller car? Because with the other Ioniq lineup, they're sort of mid-sized to large in the case of the Ioniq 9.
A smaller car gives you different challenges, and I think we all love the challenge of a small car, and that's we can go much smaller than this, and we're experimenting with that too. But this segment is so important in Europe to the European customer that we need to have a good presence, as Xavier said, as a battery electric vehicle in this segment. And so it's in some respects more difficult, but our European designers with Eduardo Ramirez, Mano, Vito, Rafael and the European team who've really been hands-on on this car have done a great job. What
are you looking forward to, be it in the coming weeks with a certain motor show coming up, in the months or the coming years for you as a design team and as a business?
I look forward to every event still. Watching that come together and all the reasons we did something for the customer and seeing the feedback to that. I look forward to that every time. It never gets boring. Because each of those things that we do is such a big team. There's so many people behind it. And seeing, today, seeing Mano, exterior designer, and Vito, interior designer, the smiles on their faces, the recognition of all that hard work, and they're here and they're on the wall, and I get a real thrill out of that still. It's about the people as well as the product.
We know that competition is very tough, so it's not an easy, let's say, battle, but again, it's really what we're aiming at with Hyundai, and being part of that adventure is extremely exciting.
Brilliant. Well, thank you both so much for joining us. I say it's quite a rare moment for us to have a CEO next to a top designer as well. And Simon, your sort of infectious enthusiasm towards design and your passion for your players, your teammates within design on a global level. I'm also seeing that with you, Xavier. I feel like you're clearly supporting your design leaders and pushing them forward.
One team.
Exactly.
One team.
So it's lovely to get you both together chatting about Concept 3, which we'll see more of. So Simon.
Freddie, thanks a lot. Freddie, great to see you as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Freddie.